All right, welcome back to WooCommerce University by Data Driven Design. We are helping you build the best e-commerce website for your business by yourself. You don't need any outside development help. You signed up for WooCommerce University, and here we go. So now I feel a little bit obligated to show you guys some design capabilities of the theme that we chose, the Beaver Builder theme. And we installed what I referred to as the Beaver Themer, right? Because a lot of times you'll want to take this main navigation and you'll want to take this footer and do something different with it. So what I want to show you guys how to do right now is use the Beaver Builder drag and drop design capabilities within the main header navigation here, the main navigation of the website, and the footer, the global footer of the website. Earlier, we loaded in this design template that uses the Beaver Builder, but we want to change the header and the footer. We want to put a logo here and do some other stuff. So what we're going to do is go into the back end and click Beaver Builder. And we're going to create a new themer layout. So we're going to click Add New. And we're going to make this our header, our global header. So I'm going to title this Header. And we're going to select Header as the layout. That's going to tell the website that this is going to be the header on the pages that we decided that we want it to be. And we're going to choose Themer Layout and click Add Themer Layout. When we do that, we're going to see some settings down here. Do we want it to be sticky? That means, do we want it to stay at the top as we scroll down the page? I'm going to click yes. Do we want it to overlay? Do we want it to shrink? I'm going to click no. You can have it shrink a little bit, but I'm going to click no, and you can change that if you want. Overlay. Do we want it to block the content that it sits over? I'm going to click yes, because whatever background color we want that to show as the header. Now we can say transparent or default. I'm going to click default. And then for location, this is what's really cool about it, because now you don't have to be a developer if you want to customize the header on different pages. And once you get into WooCommerce products, there might be some products that you want to sell where you don't want to distract the user with the header of your website. So you can actually, on the location, you can choose the pages or the different types of pages that you want it to show and those that you don't want it to show. So you could literally have easily have a different header for the product pages or for pages in a different product category. How cool is that? Now for now though, we're just going to select entire site just to keep it simple and click publish. When we do that, the next step is we're going to launch Beaver Builder. Once it's published, we've saved it. Now we're going to launch Beaver Builder, because now we need to design it, right? So it's going to automatically load in kind of this regular looking top navigation bar with some elements in it. And we've got our menu element here. But say we wanted to completely customize this. Like, we don't want this to be a heading. We want this to be a logo. Well, the cool thing here is we can go into our Beaver Builder elements over on the right-hand side, and we can select photo, drag and drop the photo element in there, select the photo that we want to use as our logo, and we have no files in our media library. We have a completely clean site. So what I'm going to do is select this placeholder logo that I downloaded from the web. I'm going to pretend this is my company's logo. So I want to add a logo to my site. So there's a couple of different ways of doing this. I went in and dropped these placeholder logos into the media gallery. And then now I'm going to go back to my Beaver themer. So I go to Beaver Builder and then header and click Beaver Builder here. Now I should be able to drop a photo element in, drag a photo element in, and drop it right here where I want to put my logo. What's cool about this is I can put this actually wherever I want. Select the logo I want, click select photo, and see how it looks in there. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to delete these other unneeded elements here now. And save my header. So now the header to this website has a new logo in it. And if we want to visit the site and see what it looks like, now the site looks like this on the front end. Now it doesn't shrink. If we want it to shrink, we could go back into the settings and we can make it shrink. See how it shrinks now? If we want to change the color, we could grab I use a tool called SIP. You can grab actually this teal blue hex code if I want, and I can go in and now when I'm viewing the site, I have the option to edit the home page or the header. So I'm going to edit the header. And if I want to change the background color, I can go into the row settings and click the wrench and change this blue background color to the teal that I selected by pasting in the hex code and then saving it. And I can continue to make whatever changes I want. If I want to actually put the logo in the middle, I can drag 3 rows in, 3 columns in to the row. Whoops, I put it in the wrong spot. But that's a good example of what the theme can do. You can nest columns within columns, but that wasn't what I was trying to do. So I'm going to nest the columns within the row. Now if I want the logo to be in the middle, so let's say I want different menu links on the left and on the right. What I could do is I can actually drag this main menu. This is a main menu that's pulling in from our WordPress menu that you know about from the earlier lesson. So this is actually pulling in the main menu options. This is the home, about, and contact from under appearance and menus. That's what that's pulling in. If I want this to maybe go up in the top bar, I can drag it up there. I can center it, and I can give it this top bar a little background color. Say I can make it black. I think that'd be cool. And you can either select black from down here, or if you know the hex code you want to use, I typically use, if I want the true black, I go FFF. Sorry, if I want the true black, I go 0000000, and it gives me the true black in the background. And now I've got the logo in the center with the email address up here. These are social media icons. I can delete these. So now I got a pretty darn good looking header here that's completely different than the one that I started with. I can make my icons a different color here. I can actually make them the same color as my, the same teal blue as my background here. If I want the icon colors to be that color, but what's cool is you can have the same hover color. So now if I hover them, if I hover over them after I save the changes, you can see that they are a different hover color. Now we have a header. We have these hovers that we can change if we want, and we have a header that kind of blocks the page. So if we want to change the overlay, remember we had the overlay to yes, but let's go ahead and change the overlay to no so that we can kind of fix this. And we do that by going into Beaver Builder and then header and then overlay no. And then if we want to view it, we can click view post and it should take us. So now this is what our header looks like. There's a couple things about this that we should go ahead and change. One of them is we should make the logo actually link to the home page, right? Because the logo always links to the home page. So let me show you how to do that. So you're going to hover over the photo settings for your logo, and you'll go to General and then Link type URL. And this is where you can actually type in the URL of your website, which in this case is wootest.wpengine.com, and save it. And now you have a link there. And let me show you how to add animations. So you can go to Advanced, and you can actually add some pretty cool animations. So go to Advanced and then scroll down to Animation. And if you want to see what it looks like for your logo to fade in, fade left, fade right, fade up, you can do all kinds of animations that are built into the Beaver Builder. I'm going to keep fade up, save, and then done and publish. And then it's going to, if we want to see what the home page looks like now, the header should not be blocking any of the content. So see how it moved the content down. And we have the shrinking header. And as we scroll, we have a nice looking home page. And if we want to continue to edit the header, just because I'm a little bit particular about leaving things a certain way, I think what we should do is make the hover color actually be the teal blue on here. So let's go ahead and change the hover color. In the meantime, you're learning how to do a bunch of this stuff, right? So you go to Style, link hover background color. I actually don't even really like, so I'm going to turn that off. But the link hover color itself, let's turn on to be the teal. And now we have, since we're on the home page, we're showing the active link. And if you want to hover over the others, that's what it looks like. And then we've got our other options here in the header. So that's a little bit more about how to customize the header. There's a couple other things that I'm a little bit particular about. Let's clean this up by actually moving home, about, and contact down. So let's do that. We would drag 3 columns into our, oh, I'm in the home page now. So I need to edit the header. Let's drag our 3 columns in. And now what we can do is put our phone number and email contact information here on the left, our menu in the middle, and our social media icons at the top, and we can delete these. And then let's actually have the let's take the top margin out of this. So see how you can change the margins and align the top. So that's what we did there. And now they're all somewhat in alignment with one another. It looks good. And we can actually delete this top bar now. So now we have there we go. Let's add some padding at the top here because there wasn't any padding. And let's add this padding back and we'll have a nicer designed. There we go. Now we have a nice, see that? Nice custom header, and you can do all sorts of stuff with the Beaver Builder to customize your header. Now I'm going to show you the same thing, but the equivalent of the footer, okay? So we're going to go back into Themer Layouts. and we're going to click Add New, and we'll just call this Footer, and select Footer. And yes, it's a theme or layout. And again, we can have different footers for different pages or different products or whatever, which is super cool. There's a lot we can do with that here in WooCommerce University, so stay tuned. But what we'll do for now is just click Entire Site. And we'll just make the footer look pretty much as simple as it does now, only with one exception. We're going to add, see, okay, so it pulled in some dummy placeholder content. So what we're going to do is we're just going to style this real quickly. And let's do black instead of purple, even though it's kind of the WooCommerce purple. Let's do our teal blue down here, right? Why not? And then within here, what we want to do is it changed the footer. So we want to put the year, and then I like to put, we can put WooCommerce University by Data-Driven Design, and we can do a nice link to Data-Driven Design by putting our website URL in here and making it open in a new tab, and then clicking Save. And now we have a custom global footer and a custom global header that we have used to customize our site. And now when we go to the home page, we see a very different looking header and footer than the one that we started this video with. So we are moving right along here at WooCommerce University. Up next, I'm going to show you the global design settings and how the theme design settings actually interact with the elements on each page. And that way, for real, you'll be set up to build the best looking e-commerce site for your business.